All right, today we are not talking about quick wins. We're not talking about side hustles. We're not talking about oil. We're not talking about heart transplants. Oh, Alex, what are we talking about? We are talking about big business. We're talking about the kind of deals that make hedge funds drool and will add millions of dollars in EBITDA to businesses that are already raking it in. We're diving into business rollups. This is how to help businesses acquire other businesses that are in their vertical and rake in some serious cash while they're at it. By the end of this video, you'll know how to position yourself in this game and make fees that'll have your accountant asking you for advice. All right, let's start with the basics here. What is a business roll-up? Well, a business roll-up is when companies acquire other businesses in their vertical in order to increase efficiency across all units, consolidate operations, and most importantly, absolutely skyrocket their EBITDA, hopefully. Sounds fancy, right? But here's the deal. It's not just mega corporations that are doing this. The average mom and pop shop accounting firm is doing this already and making a killing from doing it. It's not just accountants either. Engineers, lawyers, pharmacists, orthodontists, you name it. All of these boring businesses are almost guaranteed to spit out 20 to 30% margins. Most of them do. And you almost have to be stupid to mess that up. So when you take a large group of them and you consolidate the operations and reduce the overall overhead, it means that 20-30% goes even higher and at scale. When you do these kinds of things and you go from having one firm with $1 million in EBITDA and adding 3 more to it that are also doing $1 million in EBITDA, and then you increase the amount of EBITDA that they're doing because you've decreased their overall expenditures by consolidating all of the operations, you go from running a business that's doing $1 million a year in EBITDA to one that's doing 4, 4.5, 5, just from acquiring a few other businesses. And the beautiful thing is, a lot of these guys that are used to doing this aren't doing it with their own cash. They're doing leveraged buyouts. They're going in there and doing seller financing. So they'll take the existing profit in the business and use it to buy out the owner, or they'll go to the bank and get financing. There's tons of creative solutions that a lot of these business owners are using in order to acquire additional businesses, meaning it's not as difficult as it may seem. Look, this is real money, folks. And look, if you're licensed, you can not only advise them on the transaction with the right type of licensing, but you could go even a step further and actually help them raise the money or find the financing and take a broker fee on that when you're helping them conduct the transaction as well. Look, so how do you get into this, right? If you're already in deal making and you've been around the block, you know the answer to this. You're probably going to need to be licensed. However, if you're charging a flat upfront fee or a fee per business acquired, regardless of the amount that it's acquired for, meaning it's not based on the transaction volume and not a percentage of the transaction, then you could do this very easily unlicensed. As always, check with a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. That's not legal advice. The other thing is that if you want to take advantage of what licensed individuals can do in this scenario, but you're not licensed yourself, there is potential for you to hire on a licensed rep within your business, put them under a broker-dealer that you have an existing relationship with, and they could run the deal as well. The key here really is positioning yourself not necessarily as somebody that's going to advise on these transactions, but just somebody that can take the specifications that the client wants, go out to the market, and help them find the acquisition targets that they're interested in. Again, advising on these transactions is very, very different than simply connecting the dots in this case. And that's a difference that you're going to want to know and once again, speak to a lawyer about. At the end of the day, though, you're not just brokering these deals. You're actually creating real value for the business owner, serious value for this business owner as they go to double, triple, quadruple their business. Here's why this model actually works. It's because these businesses already have money. You're not helping broke business owners to go and buy other businesses. You're not helping broke business owners raise money. You are helping people that already have substantial cash flow and understanding of their operations go out and use the skills that they already have to create vastly more wealth for themselves and their business. When you come in as an individual that can actually find the businesses that they've identified they're interested in, that's when this gets good. The average accounting shop business owner has no idea how to use the online tools necessary in order to go out at scale to find other accounting firms to roll up. They might know the exact specifications that they're looking for, the exact valuation, the exact EBITDA that they want for that accounting firm, but actually reaching out to the other side of this transaction and finding those accounting firms, well, that's a completely different story that only you can do at scale. The really interesting thing about this is that these smaller firms are often acquired at pretty low multiples, especially like law firms and accounting firms and engineering firms and these smaller shops, because a lot of them are getting out of the business by necessity. They're getting old, they're retiring. There's this huge transfer of wealth, as everybody knows, from the older generations, the boomers, downwards. And so as a lot of boomers enter that retirement age, they have to leave the business. And they've probably never been offered to exit before you reach out to them when you're conducting fulfillment for the buy side of this transaction. So here's the challenge. Are you going to just sit there and watch this video as per the usual? Or are you actually going to do something this time? Look, business models like this, offers like this, they are out there everywhere. You'll find them everywhere on my channel, but there are thousands of people doing offers just like this. I have a person in my mentorship right now making $50K per client, helping them find businesses to acquire. No back-end fees, just upfront fees and per target fees. That's it. No transaction-based compensation around the dollars, which is only relevant because they're not licensed. However, they're in the midst of building out a completely licensed firm so that they can actually take this to the even further steps that we discussed in this video. Now, as always, I'm not a lawyer. Nothing I've said in this video is legal advice. If you take it as legal advice, you're stupid. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt me. Don't do that. Speak to a lawyer. Speak to a securities attorney. If you need a recommendation for one, I can help you. Look, if this has been like the calling that you've been waiting for to figure out new business models, make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel because I drop videos like this constantly. And drop me a comment and let me know what you guys think of this offer, any of the other offers on my page. And if you guys need any help, I'm always here. All my links are in my bio as well. If you guys want me to drop a longer form version of this video where I lay out all of the steps, including the fulfillment, go down below and let me know in the comments. As always, I'm Zastre, and this is how to make your first $1 million.